Yes, we come to the 12th one. Again, just a few different variations with the leg, just to get us going nice and slow. Again, especially on this negative phase, coming down. Positive phase, first phase coming up, but it's slow all of it. Slow as harder, fast as easier. But 2 hands, 1 leg. So again, I did hammer curls, just mixing Zockman curls in. Hits the old brachiodialis. I think I always say that right. Brachialis, brachiodialis. But again, doesn't really matter. Main thing, we're just getting a few variations on the 1 leg, getting you working on the 1 leg. Yoga Pilates with weights, whatever you want to call it. We're doing more the Pilates breathing, but not going as in depth as I have done. Okay, just keeping it basic. All I say is zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. Main thing with this, that helps to support the back, the corset muscle, seat belts on, whatever you want to say. Sucking your belly button, that hit that corset muscle 3 layers deep. Pelvic floor will go at the same time anyway, but if you want to make extra sure, you just think of a long journey, you go to the toilet and stop yourself going, that's your pelvic floor. Okay, but that will go at the same time, but always do it segmentally and say zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals to support the spine. But again, if you tucked in your belly button to get your corset, it would naturally do your pelvic floor also. If you just did your pelvic floor, it would help you do the corset also. So zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals with these. Remember, slow as harder, fast as easier. And simply calibrate and synchronise the breath and the motion. Again, if it's the other way around you want to do the breathing, do it. It's not the end of the world. So many different types of breathing. Like I say, I'll generally say Pilates will do it one way, yoga will do it completely the other way. So it just proves you can breathe either way. It's not going to kill you. Obviously there's variations with the back, etc., which I'm not going into detail. But when you throw this corset on, it hits the lumbar thoracofacial around the back. That's the back of the corset. You don't have to know this, but just as long as you've got that idea of what's going on here, that helps you use these even more efficiently. I've got a lot more detail with it on the other specifically Pilates videos, but if you want to do that, you can do that. But all I say, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. Slow as harder, fast as easier. You can keep the foot on the floor. You can partially empty the foot and come back, and then say it's here, the ones we're doing, here and back. You can do that, or you can lift the foot off the floor and make it a little bit harder, or foot all the way up each time. If you want to go slower on the way down, you can do, or go a bit faster to make it easier. Okay, I'll emphasise this as we go. So, gather in and zip up, okay, to start off with. And when we're ready, so all we're going to do, keep this still. We don't just move the lower portion, we don't want to move the bottom portion. If you've got any problems with, say, golfer's elbow or anything like that, don't go there, just go for something different, okay, what suits you. But again, from here, we're just going to empty 1 leg, exhale, okay. Again, foot can be on the floor. In a cat stance, breathe in through the nose, come back down, exhale. Really make a big thing of that exhale. That works like a cough or sneeze. Helps us zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. Hips in the same plane. Again, we've got headlights, not searchlights on the hips. Shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Lengthen up for the crown. Exhale, breathing back down. If you want to make it harder, we go the foot a little bit off the floor. Make it harder still. Foot all the way off the floor. Breathing back down, feel that soft cushion of the earth. Then exhale up through pursed lips. Use that resonant exhale to help us zip up pelvic floor and scoop out the abdominals. Breathing in, coming back down. Lengthen up for the crown. Exhale, shoulders down. Breathing in, coming back. Slow as harder, fast as easier. Especially in what we call the negative phase. This lower down phase, the second phase in these ones, is the hardest part. So we really explore that speed and tempo to make it as easy or as hard as you like. Again, you've got the hands pronated here. And again, maintain that good structure as we gather in and zip up and hollow. Against that instability, it's breathing back down. Simply calibrate and synchronise the breath and the motion. Integrate the breath and the movement. Lengthen up for the crown. So if you've got a puppet string, a hook, a brace on your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. Feel that soft cushion of the earth. Exhale up, slowly back down. Again, you empty 1 leg, fill up the next. imagine that trickle of water running down your back as you're doing this. Mount the shoulders over hips, head over shoulders, that lovely soft V between the shoulder blades as you keep your shoulders down and you lengthen up from the crown. So if you've got a puppet string, a hook, a brace on your head, put your head up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Exhale through pursed lips, breathing back down. Lovely. So if you want to come out and have a stretch at any time, you can do. Always watch the weights. And again, I've got shoes on. So a lot of people wear barefoot, but just be wary of the weights for safety, or maybe stick shoes on because of that, or just be aware of it. So again, you can always stretch the old finger flexors and the forearms here. You can do a finger at a time, even. You can be here, stretching here, but again, like I say, you can go up the wall while you're resting. You can be up here, here, here. Getting different parts. You can be high, mid. Getting with different fibres of these biceps. Getting the shoulders here, the front delts, etc. Even opening out the chest a little bit there. But again, we're going to go in just for a second set. Again, if you need to come out, you feel anything displeasure, you want to come out early, you do it. Okay, so remember, it's your unit of your mind and body. We're just getting you going on the one leg, a little bit of instability there. And just remember, you'll have a little bit of this going around the ankles, which is really good. These little proprioception fibres are trying to stabilise these little micro movements. That's what the corset's stabilising against, and the pelvic floor, and all these little proprioceptive nerves around the ankles. So it's a good thing, especially as we get older. Sometimes we have trouble with balance, etc. So I digress. When it goes straight in, empty one leg, fill up the next, two arms, one leg. When you're ready, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders, lengthen up for the crown. Exhale again, cat stance. Breathing back down, and we alternate to the other leg. Exhale, breathing back down. Remember, headlights on your hips, not searchlights facing the front. If you want to go higher, a little bit higher, you can do, or a lot higher to make it harder, optional. Breathing in, coming back down as you gather in against the instability. It's exhale through pursed lips, breathing in back down. Shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Be soft on the knee. The rest of the knee doesn't want to be locked. It wants to be just shy of locking out. Okay, so nearly locked but not quite. Feet facing the same direction. Exhale. Breathing in, coming back down. If you are barefoot, again, I've gone for the safety thing, keeping the shoes on, but I'd say do that. But if you are barefoot, then just lengthen out between big toe, little toe. I think there's a tripod from big toe to little toe to the centre of your heel as you're doing this. Rooting your feet in towards the floor. And then roots are nourishing the body from the floor. Exhale, first version for the nose, for the pursed lips, then breathing for the nose on the way back down. It's exhale, breathing back down. Exploit that speed and tempo. So make it as easy or as hard as you like. Slow as harder, fast as easier. Especially in this negative phase. Coming back down. It's breathing back down, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Empty one leg, fill up the next. Feel that soft cushion of the earth as you maintain good structure. Lengthen up for the crown. That puppet string, that hook, that brace, put on the head up towards the ceiling. That lovely soft V between the shoulder blades. As you allow the shoulder blades to mount over hips, head over shoulders. Imagine that trickle of water just running down the back and dispersing. And the shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Simply calibrate and synchronise the breath with the motion. Exhale, first motion. Breathe in next. It's the other way around, it's not the end of the world. I don't care what anyone says. Exhale, breathing back down. Again, we're just over mimicking the walking gait. So again, like I said, that one leg phase is very good. And that's what we're doing pretty much. We're working that one leg phase, finding different variations to work that. And a bit of coordination helps the motor part of the brain, which fires these signals down to your pelvic floor and your corset muscles, okay, first. So say we're going to move an arm, okay, then your pelvic floor and your corset muscles will fire microseconds. I think it's 68 microseconds. 68 microseconds, the arms fire. Okay, it's 110 seconds before your legs fire. So say you're going to move your arm, okay, my core will fire and my pelvic floor would have fired from this motor area of my brain to the core, okay, before it goes out to the arm. I've heard it 68 microseconds before, okay. Milliseconds, that's the word I'm looking for, milliseconds, hundreds of seconds. It's a 68 milliseconds that fires before you've even lifted that arm, okay. With the legs is a little bit slower, it's 110 milliseconds, must say milliseconds, not microseconds, milliseconds, that's a lot of different. Yes, 110 milliseconds before I move my leg, my pelvic floor, my corset muscle, the transverse abdominis, the lumbar fascia, the corset muscle, fire. Okay, so it goes from here to there, and pelvic. So basically, the motor part of the brain's firing these sequences to my corset muscle, my transverse abdominis, my pelvic floor muscles. Microseconds, so it goes to my arms or my legs. Okay, it generally goes out to the torso, then to the limbs. But it's basically we're working on. The reason I told you that we're working a little bit of detail, but we're working on the firing order of the body. Okay, firing these different sequences, or the walking sequence of the body, and the firing order of your walking gait, basically. So it's a nice functional exercise. Anything on the one leg's good. Like I say, 85% of the time on one leg. Bang. Digressing.